Hey everyone, make no mistake about it. The vaccine mandate for truckers is all about control and power. It most certainly is not about protecting Canadians. Let me tell you, folks, as a former long haul truck driver myself, I can tell you that you are in your truck by yourself the overwhelming majority of the time that you're on the road. It is actually one of the few occupations where the overwhelming majority of your time is spent alone and isolated for very, very long stretches at a time. So once again, any pretense that these vaccine mandates are to protect Canadians is an absolute farce. And in reality, there's a very real potential that this will bring way more harm for far more Canadians than it could ever potentially help. Headline on the CBC News: Canada, trucker vaccine mandate raises questions about risk posed by unvaccinated drivers. Some specialists support new mandates for cross-border truck drivers. Others doubt its effectiveness. Reported by Mark Golem, January 18th, 2022. Unvaccinated truck drivers crossing over the border into Canada may pose a risk of transmitting COVID-19 to the general public, say some infectious disease doctors and at least one public health expert. But other specialists who spoke to CBC News said they were skeptical about whether the new federal vaccine mandate for truckers is needed and questioned how much these drivers could contribute overall to the potential spread of the virus. A vaccine requirement for a select group of people I don't think is highly likely to make a big, huge difference in the short to medium term, said Dr. Lenora Saxinger, an infectious disease specialist and associate professor at the University of Alberta in Edmonton. She noted that there's extremely high transmission of COVID-19 on both sides of the border among unvaccinated people. Well, don't forget about the vaccinated people too now, Doc. Once again, does anyone these days cover these things without getting political? Wow, right? Well, I get there's a few, but they're exceptions and outliers, right? Of course, truck drivers could be spreaders of COVID-19, but so could everyone else right now, Saxinger said. So it's kind of a relative thing. As of January 15th, a federal mandate requires that Canadian truckers must be vaccinated if they want to avoid quarantine and molecular tests. Unvaccinated American big riggers will be turned back at the border. Anyways, folks, I don't want to waste too much time reading this article. I just, once again, a source to reference in terms of the vaccine mandate and the very real fact that even, of course it's twisted and distorted, but even the people answering the questions or these experts from this article are suggesting that it's not really applicable or doesn't seem to be something that's going to be effective in any way. But what? I guess let's just go ahead and do it just for the heck of it, right? Let's just cause thousands and thousands of truck drivers to lose their jobs and to possibly massively disrupt the supply chain and break the economy down even further, right? Yeah, let's just do that for the hope that it'll what? Eliminate COVID somehow? Really, though? Like I say, folks, I don't know why anyone trusts these experts or their thought leaders anymore. It's quite the spectacle to behold. Anyways, I'll place this article in the description of the video below. Moving on to the next one. It's Canadian Libertarian, and I love liberty.